Hello, welcome to Just Vintage Crochet, and let's go ahead and dive into another mystery pattern. If you are new to the channel, I have a stack of patterns here that were put together for me. Anything that could give away what the pattern is, like if it's a hat or a scarf or blanket, socks, baby shoes, whatever it could be, has been blacked out. We have no title and no picture. We have them, I just don't have them available until after we're done with the pattern. And all of these patterns are from the 1840s predominantly. I believe we have one pattern in here from the 1880s. So let's go ahead and pick our pattern for today. Got two. Yeah, I'll take the one on the pinky, why not? Number 5, which is right here. Okay, we have predominantly been working out of this book, but like 90% of the patterns in this stack are from this book. Here in Berlin wool, shaded, and floss silk make a chain of 120 stitches. So do they want us to hold the two together? Pattern. Oh, the stitch terms. Everything you know about modern day crochet stitch terms, whether you're in the US or the UK, you can mostly throw out the door. Now, if you're in the UK, some of these stitch terms will seem familiar. But if you're in the US, which according to my demographics, more than 70% of you, my viewers are in the US, these stitch terms aren't going to make any sense. So here are the stitch terms from this book from 1846. They are not the same. So whenever it says to work a treble, we're going to work a double. And this is still the same. This one stitch here is still the same in modern UK stitches. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hold the whole pattern up for you so I don't have to keep grabbing it throughout the video. So take a screenshot, whatever you want to do. You can even rewrite the pattern down for yourself. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get some Berlin wool, which is going to be probably like a number 1 or a number 2. And I do have floss silk. Might be a little bit thick. In fact, my floss silk, what we would consider floss silk, is probably about the thickness of Berlin wool. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the material I have. This is from Knit Picks, and it is a fingering weight. This is silk. There you go. It is, well, it's not 100% silk. I'm not sure what Cupra is. I don't know what that is, but it's 20% mulberry silk. It feels amazing. So Berlin wool is about this thickness right here. What their version of floss silk is, I don't have a clue. I know that in the early 1900s, this is a floss silk here. So I'm just going to use one strand of this. This item will probably be smaller than was intended. I think it will be okay though. So it looks like we have a body and a border. I think we're looking at a shawl here based on the fact that we're starting with a chain of 120 stitches. You know, I could just double this up as well. Oops, knocked over my bowl of numbers. So it looks like we're starting with 120 stitches and then working 12 rows, decreasing 1 stitch at the end of every row. Then we are meant to work all around. I think we're meant to work a double crochet stitch all around, and then we begin the border. And I think I want to make the body, well, let's see, what do we want to do? Do we want to make the body in the cream and then border it in silvery gray? Ooh, I don't know. I think I'm going to make the body in silvery gray and then border it in what they call moonflower. That's the name of this color. And this one is called abalone shell. So I think I'm going to do the body in abalone shell and border it in moonflower. So I'll put these off to the side for now. The majority of these. Okay, here we go. Hopefully this stuff isn't too splitty. Let's see here. 2.75. So what it's not saying is how many chains to skip to work our first double. I don't know what the standard was back then. It could have been 3, it could have been 2. I'm going to assume 2 because in many of these patterns they say to chain 2 for your first double crochet or your first treble. So I'm going to skip 2, 1, 2. And actually, Actually, because the pattern wants us to work one double, one chain, miss one, I should treat these 2 chains here as my first double, right? No, forget it. I'm just going to go with what it says. Okay, so 1, 2, and into the third, I'll make a double. I don't think it has to be perfect. Okay, and then we're going to chain 1, miss 1, work a double all the way to the end. So chain 1, miss 1, work a double. Okay, so for round 2 through a grand total of 13, because it wants us to work an additional 12 rounds worth of 12 rows worth of decreases. So for the next 12 rows, they're going to be worked with 1 decrease at the beginning and end of each row. So here we go. Slip stitch over to the next double crochet, chain 4. That counts as my first double crochet plus chain 1. And into the top of each double crochet, I will work a double crochet plus chain 1. Here we go. And when we get to the end, I'm simply going to omit the very last stitch, turn, and repeat. So I will slip stitch over from the chain space into the next double crochet, where I will chain 4 and carry on. So the beginning and the end of each row. So this is going to decrease rather quickly. And okay, that's what we're working with. So I will be right back. Okay, so here is what I have done so far, and I have attached the white color. So I worked a total of 13 rows, 12 of them decrease rows, and then I worked 1 row of this same type of stitch all around the outer edge, as it says to in the pattern. I'm pretty sure I've worked this pattern before. But before I say what I think it is, we're going to get to the end. I feel like I've worked this pattern before. So now the instructions say to work 3 chains and a single crochet. So 3 chains, miss 1, single crochet. So I already worked 1 single, 3 chains, miss 1. So I'm going to miss the chain stitch here in the middle and work 1 right here. Oops. 3 chains, miss 1, the chain stitch, work 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it says for row 2, we work the same. So I'm going to start with a single crochet, chain, oh, I'll chain 3, that's skip, yes, 1, 2, 3, skip 1. Okay, so what we'll have to do, because it says row 2 the same, so I start with a single crochet, chain 3, skip the first chain means work 1 right there in the chain space. Chain 3, skip 1 means to skip the third chain, and we work into the top of the single, chain 3, skip 1, skipping the first chain, I'm just going to work into the chain space, 2, 3. Skipping again is to skip the third chain and working into the single. So that's basically work a single crochet into every chain space and a single crochet into the top of every single crochet separated by a chain 3. Okay, so now moving on to row 3, and it says we're going to work 5 chains, miss 4, 1 plain, which is a single crochet. The plain stitch should be, I'm adding the word should be. The plain stitch should be in the middle of the chain of the last row. So we'll start with a plain. Chain 5. and skip 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me count that for you again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, my plain stitch isn't going to land in the middle. It lands in the first chain, but I'm going to go ahead and work it in that chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. You know, I'm just going to work a plain stitch in the middle of all the chains because it's going to land in a chain. Okay, so that was all of row 3. I just worked really quick on camera with you, and I hope you enjoyed the little bit of break from my voice and the music. So now it says 4th row, same as 3rd. For a third of the row, then break off the wool. So that's going to put us, and I looked it up just to confirm, this is 11 inches across. A third is going to be 3.5 inches. So let me mark that. For a third of the row, keep you in your natural ruffle. Okay, so working the same, only just a little bit. And then it says to break off the wool. So I'll start with the single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, working my last single crochet here. And then it says to work the other side the same. And I want to make sure it's just as ruffly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and join and work this side the same, and then we will move on from there, but it is actually almost done. Okay, so I believe I made it the right size this time compared to the first time I made this. I did make this before. I will leave a video link down below, and I will show a photo comparison, but it is better to go see the reveal in the video because there's a lot to it. but I went ahead and added a ribbon in the back. There was so much about this pattern I got so wrong the first time I did this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on myself. I am not wearing any makeup, which is perfect because this is supposed to be from the 1840s. Just don't judge, okay? It's a cap. So you can sew a piece of material on the back to cap the back of it, or you can leave it just like this and have your hair coming out the back. I don't have any hair, you know. But it's a cap, and you just tie it in the back. You know, if you can picture it, you just tie it in the back. And this is a really cute little cap. Now, I love the first way I made it. The first way I made it was really cool. So you could make this. Just check out the video down below. You'll see all the material I used. Oh, I look so tired. It's 7 in the morning. I have been up playing with this since about 2 a.m. So anyways, it is a cap from the 1840s, and I will show some pictures here of what caps from the 1840s look like. So what I believe we're seeing here is the same hat worn in two ways. The house cap is also the under cap for the going to town cap, a more sturdy shaped cap. And here's another beautiful example. You can see an under hat that's quite more decorative looking than the one we made today. And then of course the go into town cap that's shaped, it's sturdy, it's definitely got purpose. And here is another example. This one here looks a lot like the one we made today, with the exception of there's no back piece, there's no crown piece on it. So I do think in a way I got it right. I just think that it needs more to look good. There needs to be more to it. Crochet cap is all it says. There it is, number 5. So yeah, I did work this before. That's today's video. I don't want to be on camera anymore. I had no intention of thousands of people seeing me look like this right now. So I will see you guys in the next mystery. Bye.